talked about the Christ light within each and every one of us. And if you remember, we use the acronym for LIGHT, living in God's highest truth. And so we're going to continue that theme throughout the entire month. And today we're going to we're going to explore the idea of living inside God's highest truth by sharing our light, So contemplate for a moment that you are an expression of God, of the divine, the great giver of life. So therefore, if the nature of divinity is to give, then we, as microcosms, as creations, as expressions of this one life and one light, that is our true nature, to give. That is who we really are. And so this force of creativity, of energy that is back of all things, is the truth of us. It is alive within us. And when we're in that state of giving, we are in our natural place. It is your highest truth. It is your highest truth to be an expansion and a giver to life. It does help us grow. And not in an obligatory way, but because it's your natural state is to give, it is a flow that you become a part of as you give of your gifts, your time, and your talents, because we all have them. And knowing that this message is all about giving, it's not always the greatest received message on giving for some reason. And in fact, there's a story attributed to a famous preacher, John Wesley, that I'd like to share with you. It is once told that he was preaching a mighty sermon in which he said, "You should get all you can." Many heads nodded in affirmation of this, absolutely agreeing. Wesley continued, "You should keep all you can." The listeners buzzed with excitement and agreement, and a few hallelujahs and amens were in there too. Yes. And then, after pausing the room to settle down, Wesley added, "And you should give all you can." And there was a dead silence in the room until a sound rippled from the back, and someone had just, a few people had said, it was too bad he ruined a perfectly good sermon. People don't understand that in giving, we are expressing the truth of who we are. In giving, we feel good, and the receiver usually feels good. And so today, I plan to give you a good sermon about giving. Because as Ernest Holmes said, and I want to quote Ernest Holmes in his Science of Mind book, "When our thoughts rest entirely upon ourselves, we become abnormal and unhappy. But when we give of ourselves with enthusiasm to any legitimate purpose, losing ourselves in the thing which we are doing, we become normal and happy. Let those who are sad, depressed, or unhappy find some altruistic purpose into which they may pour their whole being, and they will find a new inflow of life of which they had never dreamed." And then Arthur Ashe said, "From what we get, we make a living. But from what we give, we make a life." And why is that? Why is that? Because, as I already said, it is our divine nature to give. And as we give, we create more of life for ourselves. We are creations of the infinite giver. We were born to give. We shine our light at the highest level when we do this, when we give of ourselves. And let me be clear about what I mean about our gifts, giving our gifts, sharing our gifts with others. And so I want to use another passage from the Bible, and it is the story of a lame beggar who asked alms of Peter and John as they were going into the temple. And Peter said, "Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have I give unto thee. Arise and walk. And the man picked up his bed, and he walked. Such as I have, I give unto thee. These are the words that are key for today. This is what we are talking about. And we're going to go into depth today about sharing of what we have, sharing our gifts with others. And I have a short list of what kinds of gifts as examples that we can share with others. The first gift is the gift of listening. But you must really listen. No interrupting, no daydreaming, no planning on what you're thinking to say in response to, or none of that, I better hold it in my head or so I'm going to forget what I'm had to say, and so we don't really hear the other person. So it's a gift we give to someone when we really listen to them and hear them. And it can be challenging, but it is a good, in fact, in our foundation class, one of the spiritual practices is listening. So it's a gift that we give to someone else. People want to be heard. Just want to be heard. So that's a gift we can give, the gift of listening. We can give the gift of laughter. The gift of laughter, we can share articles and funny stories. Mark probably makes everyone laugh with his balloons and funny jokes that he tells. The gift of laughter is so uplifting for others. And we don't laugh that often. So, go out with some friends who you really have a great time with and laugh more, live more. It's a gift. You give to others through all these gifts. You're really giving to yourself too. The gift of appreciation. And it can be as simple as just saying, I love that color blue on you. You're fabulous in that blue.
Thank you.
Just uplifting someone with any heartfelt appreciation. A thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joe, for filling in for Reverend Jessica at the last minute. Joe's so good. And he really is so good. See, I appreciate you so much. It's just going, but really feeling these heartfelt gifts that others are sharing with us. And by appreciating them, we uplift their vibration as well as our own. And we saw the Abraham movie live streamed at Veronica's house yesterday. It was open to everyone. And they spoke of appreciation and what a high vibration that is. It's probably one of the highest vibrations up there with joy and love and all of those great qualities. Appreciation, really vibrating from that place of appreciation. You uplift others and you uplift yourself. And the gift of a compliment. I already gave you one, but I can give you another one. I love your scarf. A simple and sincere, a simple and sincere compliment to anyone. You look just really radiant today, Carol Mayo.
Thank you.
You just glow with life. Yes, you do, and I could go on, but I won't. Giving that gift, something that we might just bring a little bit of joy into someone's life, and we don't know what people are going through. And just a little gift of a compliment can shift a whole day, a whole life of another person. The gift of kindness. To be kind. Do something lovely for someone. Hold the door open. Do something really kind. Because as we are being kind, we are really feeling that vibration of kindness. And it is gentle, it is loving, and it benefits all. These are gifts that we all have. We don't realize when, all these great inspirational teachers are telling you that we all have gifts to share, and many people sit there and they say, well, I don't know what my gifts are. I don't know what my purpose is. These are part of your gifts. By practicing these small things, we are deepening into the truth of who we are. We all have these gifts to give, each and every one. Nobody is left out without having a gift. We all have gifts. The gift of solitude. Every once in a while, especially if you are living with people, it's nice to not always be, needing to be with the person. Give them some space. Maybe a person needs space. So the gift of solitude can be a really great gift. Could be a really great gift. I have my own place to go when I want solitude. Bob has his own place to go when he wants solitude. And it's just a respect. So that's a gift that we can give. The gift of solitude. The gift of a cheerful disposition. Well, most of us are cheerful in this room, aren't we? Yeah. We're a cheerful group. The easiest way to extend this good is by saying that kind word to someone. And it's really not that hard to, maybe we just smile at someone. Anyone on the street, smile at someone. People just love that. You know, you just don't know what another is going through, like I said before. So a smile is a great gift that we all can give. We have so many gifts. The gift of affection. No moving parts, no batteries. No monthly payments and no fees. Inflation-proof, non-taxable. In fact, it's quite relaxable. It can't be stolen. It won't pollute. One size fits all. Do not dilute. It uses little energy, but yields results enormously. Relieves your tensions and your stress. Invigorates your happiness. Combats depression. Makes you beam. And elevates your self-esteem. Your circulation, it corrects without unpleasant side effects. It is, I think, the perfect drug. May I prescribe, my friend, the hug? So we hug. We're all big huggers in spiritual communities, but it feels good sometimes to just get a real good big hug. So hugging is a beautiful way to express your gifts to another. And number 9 is the gift of your presence. Just showing up with your uniqueness. When we are in the place of knowing that we are reflecting a greater presence, the presence of the great I am, and that we are all reflections of that for others. So just being that presence of knowing that you are a light of the divine, of the source of all good, that is your presence, and you give that as a present just by showing up and just lighting up a room. Just light up a room when you walk in. Walk in with that big smile, with that great energy, and give a big hug. We can give the greatest gift of joy and well-being, because that is contagious. When you walk in a room with enthusiasm and excitement and just happy to be in the room, it's contagious. People can feel that vibration. There's a Sufi teaching which says, past the seeker as he prayed, came the crippled and the beggar and the beaten. And seeing them he cried, great God, how is it that a loving creator can see such things and yet do nothing about them? God said, I did do something. I made you. We are here. We are here to help others. We're here to help others. And as we help others, they help others, and they help others. So we have this whole circulation going because we are in this infinite circle of oneness. So as we give, it continues. We, pay forward or give forward? So we're giving forward. We're giving forward. This universe operates through a dynamic exchange. A dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are the same exact thing. As we give, we receive. We uplift others and we uplift ourselves. And in our willingness to give, that which we seek, we keep. You know, it's in the program, in the 12-step program, they say, if you don't give it away, you don't have it. You have to give it away in order to keep it. You have to give it away in order to keep it. So the more we give, the more we receive. That's the way it works. Holmes says in his book, Science of Mind, when the law of circulation is stopped, stagnation results. It is only as we allow the divine current to flow through us, in and out, that we really express life. The law of giving and receiving is definite. Emerson tells us, beware of holding too much good in our hand. So the paradox always is, in order to keep joy and peace and love and well-being and all those wonderful things, we have to give it away. We have to give it away. These are simple but highly effective and provable laws of the universe. They are the law of circulation is one of those immutable laws that we speak of every week of the universe. In Buddhism, it is said that there are three kinds of givers. There are the beggarly givers, and they give after a lot of hesitation, much hesitation, and they might just give the leftovers, what's left over, the worst of what they have. And so there's an underlying belief in all of these givers. So the underlying belief here is that there is not enough. There is not enough, so I can't give it away. Even just emotional, I can't give it away, not enough. Friendly givers, and they give what they themselves would use. They share what they have, and with less deliberation, So it's a more of an open-heartedness as they give. And the underlying belief is that there will be more, This is a friendly universe. Get a step up. And then there are the kindly givers. The kindest and the highest kind of givers. They offer the very best of what they have. They share spontaneously and in the moment without needing to deliberate. Giving to them has become a natural part of their being. And the underlying belief here is that we live in an abundant universe. There is so much more. It's always replenished. It's always replenished. We don't run out of. There's always more. So how are you giving? How are you giving? From what place within you are you giving? Are you giving fully from your heart? Or are you just giving little bits because you don't think there's enough? So there's underlying beliefs behind all of our giving practices. St. Paul reminds us that we are at our best when we feel the freedom of giving from a deep sense of abundance. And in Corinthians, it is written, but remember this, he who sows sparingly shall reap also sparingly. And he who sows generously shall reap also generously. So let every man give according to what he has decided in his mind, not grudgingly or from necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to provide you with every blessing in abundance, so that you may always have enough of everything, and may provide in abundance for every good work. This is why it is extremely important to develop that abundance consciousness that we talk about. It's not just about money. It's about giving of ourselves, giving of the 9 qualities that I just spoke of, giving from that place, giving from an abundance consciousness of knowing that there is a limitless source and supply of infinite good in all of its many forms, and it's always there for us. It's present. It's for us to tap into, to open up to become aware of. That is why it feels really good. It feels really good when we are in alignment with the truth of who we are, and we give from that place of just cheerfulness, of joy, of love. And secondly, when we give, we do release that sense of lack and limitation. You can't be giving and feel lack and limitation. You can if you're in the first, if you're that first giver, but if you're giving with an open heart, you're in a place of complete flow. You're in the law of circulation. And that's the reason that we show gratitude for the little and the large things. Well, we've said that the universe